Greetings, everybody, and welcome to SpookADay number 2906. How's it going this evening? Hopefully it's going well. And tonight we are going to continue with Conarium, the second game of this year's Fright Nights. We kind of took a little peek at it yesterday, haven't finished the beast inside, and the plan is to continue on with it today. Should be good, hopefully, theoretically. Not much to report or update, really, today, so I guess we should just probably get right into it, honestly. Okay. Gosh, why is this beginning of this game so loud? I'll turn the preview off. So, I was looking at documents here. Hey, Fit. How's it going? We've got medical records 1 and 2. We have Hansen's journal 1 and 2. Forced expedition. But we're missing Barlow's journal, part 1. That's one of the ones we're missing. So I wonder where that could be. Okay. Quality options. Yeah, it's really hit and miss with that, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't so hit and miss, but yeah, unfortunately it is. The only thing I can say is if you're interested, I'll try and get all the VODs available sooner rather than later so that you can enjoy them. they will be available for your viewing pleasure. There's a lot of papers on the floor, but none of them are notes we need to pick up. So I thought we would look for these nodes to begin with. Flashlight.
Did I lock my door? I don't remember where my keys are. Locked.
I am hoping to have all of the VODs out from this year in a timely manner, and I'm also hoping to be able to release some back SpookADay Fright Nights VODs as well, as quickly as I reasonably can hope to achieve. Which is not going to be immediately, but hopefully in a reasonable time frame. There are some that are easier than others. In that regards to accomplish. So that's what I will be
Locked.
looking for.
It's locked. I'm really not sure where to look. This is back the way we came, isn't it? These are the lockers that we've already been through. Yes. Those ones will be publicly available to view at any time as well. After a haphazard and momentary aerial exploration of the unholy, utterly alien cyclopean maze of square, curved and angled blocks, we could detect most of the locations revealed by the Mr. Tonic University expedition leader, the Professor Emeritus William Dyer. But what we are looking for is not there. Inside the haunted Shoggoth ruins, according to various sources, it should be in the much older ruins beyond the Elder City, right on the edge of the mountain, beyond the Mountains of Madness. It was built over a location deeply shunned even by the Elder Things, and built long before the colossal city Dr. Dyer and his team explored. Now we set foot upon lands that no one has ever seen before, a vast mass of dry land around the South Pole which rose from the primal waters when the old ones seeped down from the stars, a place so evil most of the arcane sources hesitated to record it at all, while some murals within the Elder City depicted it with obvious repugnance and trepidation. Found a note about the location of the base. 3.8 light equation, photoreceptors, light, servo monitors. Generated voice is outputted to speakers. Incoming power needs to be regulated. Main feed input backside. Auditory and visual data are fed to the main system by the primary filters. Is it really possible to feed the machine with an actual brain? Ancient sources speak too secretively about this. Based on the writings of R. Bacon and Wolfgang von Kempelen, I will try to improve the machine. Huh. Okay. So that map we didn't have, but we're still missing that note, which I thought it might be in here. So I tried my luck with the desk in the hopes I might see it, but I guess not. So Oh, it's there. Okay. I looked it up because I didn't want to miss it, and it's right there in the corner. 9th of the 2nd, 1949. Today we located the plant, Saheti, with demonic precision under Dr. Faust's guidance. My god, how could a face be so deformed at the moment of victory? His pitch-black eyes were shimmering in the blinding darkness of the pre-human catacomb. Just try to imagine that, in that foreboding and suffocating oldness, he screamed aloud phrases I believe to have originated from the notorious Necronomicon written by the mad Arab in the 1700s AD. It was really too much for our nerves. All of these events were like a stage play, successfully directed and performed by one person alone. No one spoke aloud, but it was apparent from the countenance they wore. Everybody was agreed upon the abnormal nature of the knowledge we were shown in that moment. And about the Saheti, it is too early to write anything. I'll spend the coming days working on it. Then I will note down my conclusions. So, as typical with all Lovecraftian horror, absolutely nothing makes any sense to me. some evil plant.
I don't remember where my keys are.
Some evil demonic plant or something. That's yeah. That's about the extent of it. I suppose. Kind of looked in all these. Pretty sure this is the only room that's available here. All the other ones are locked. So I don't think there's anything we could do with this right now. So yes, that's about it, honestly. I think you've about summed it up there. Let's see then. See what else we have. Elevator, infirmary, storage rooms.
It's stuck.
Infirmary. I know we've been in here already, but that looks like a note in there. I found a note about an accident. I'm told everything started after that disastrous incident during one of the Conarium sessions, resulting in my heart stopping for a short period of time. On the third morning after the incident, the first of my mental attacks occurred. After an uneasy sleep, I am told that I burst into a frenzy so powerful that the combined efforts of 3 men were needed to calm me down. In my sleep, I was babbling about an alien dialect, of great edifices of light, and shadowy mountains and valleys full of iridescent flowers or mushrooms, and valleys... oh, okay. When I came around, they said the surge of madness died from my eyes, and in dull wonder, I looked at my questioners and asked why I was bound. Now, Dr. DeWitt has ordered me to stay away from any further sessions until my full recovery. Pretty great achievement that uses all of their names. Huh. We looked at this already. Oh my. Okay.
It's stuck.
I think we've pretty much found everything in this lower area, if I was gonna guess. And outside as well. Although there is something I think we could do outside. Still. Where does this go? Oh, this goes back here. The storage rooms, I think, were locked. So, I don't even think we can go through those, to be honest. I think the place to go now is going to be the elevator. I do know... we can try
This is Frank Gilman. Can anybody hear me? Over. It's no use.
I mean, I didn't think it would be. I mean, there's going to be basically nobody, is there?
It's not safe to go further away from the expedition base in this weather. It's easy to get lost in this weather. I'd better stay close to the expedition base.
Okay. We got that silly little achievement there for that. We will double check this to make sure that there is nothing here for us. Obviously we repaired the generator, I know that, but is there any hidden notes or additional things I may have missed? I kind of doubt it, but it's always worth it to check sometimes. Gosh, why does that have to be so bright? Okay, anyway. I can't use the walkie-talkie out here, so I don't think there's anything else. All I've got now is a handle. It's the only thing. And I think we've gotten all the notes and stuff that we really need to get, so I'm going to move on here. Move into the next area. And I guess the place to go is going to be the elevator. Radio room. We examined all of those. Storage. Yeah, they're locked.
Locked.
Going down. Let's see what we got here. Can use that to go back up if you want at the moment, so that's good. We may need to go back up there at some point for additional things anyway. So there's a tree down here. Glossopeteas. It's like a world tree.
It's stuck. It's stuck.
It's cold down here.
It won't open.
This one will. I'm just looking around this central room to start with.
It's stuck. It's stuck. Won't open.
There's not many paths, is there? Now we're back to the beginning again. Okay, so we have two rooms basically, where we saw that ghostly figure walking, and this room. Okay, we have something out of the freezer here. What is this? Huh. Little kitty cat. Goodness. Uh-oh. What was that all about? Are we hallucinating from the flower? Is that what the deal is here? New campsite. There's a problem with one of the freers. I marked it. Must be checked immediately. Found a note about the origin of the Conarium. Dr. Faust is very tight-lipped about how he came up with that strange exploration device he built long ago. The only thing he has told me is that it came across some of the shunned and forbidden volumes about a device of extraterrestrial origin, but again, these sources do not hint that any existed on Earth except in the dreams of those who liked to chew a certain alkaloidal herb. The sessions we hold in the meeting room to adapt our nervous systems to the alien impulses of the machine were frightening at first. If used too much, it affects the body to breaking point. But now I'm used to its non-human sensations. I've started to feel like the device is clearing my mind to make it absorb much more than ever before. I feel unconfined and much more receptive. But the most peculiar aspect of the sessions are that, because it is a shared experience, I am able to receive impressions, ideas, and memories which belong to the other participants. Usually my mind wanders after the sessions end, and I cannot focus my thoughts until I have slept for several hours. That strange device surely disorientates feelings and bodily functions. I believe that is what it offers is of immense importance. Huh. Okay. What's the deal with that flower?
I need a phonograph cylinder.
Phonograph cylinder. There's one.
Unfortunately, one of our researchers, C. Lenning, was found dead in the biolab last Tuesday. Cause of death is currently uncertain, but judging by the accumulation of a mass of green substance found in his mouth and throat area. Dr. Barlow, our botany expert, thinks that Lenning was smothered by small, sticky greenish clumps that look like pollen, belonging to the living samples of the plant Sahiti, which is thought to have become extinct during the Paleozoic era. Dr. DeWitt will perform a post-mortem examination on his body soon.
Huh, is that plant? Phonograph recording about the death of C. Lenning. Unfortunately, one of our researchers, C. Lenning, was found dead in the biolab last Tuesday. Cause of death is currently uncertain. Okay, this is just what he said. He's just wrote it down, basically. That's locked.
This is Frank Gilman from the Upward Antarctic Expedition. Over.
It's a waste of time. There ain't nobody here, but we'll do it anyway.
I was unable to reach anybody.
Thanks for telling me that. What's down here now? Are these cryostasis pods? Like, what's...
Oh, yes. These are the pre-human species we found frozen in a cave far south of the base.
Good God.
Who is this? It's impossible to determine with so much decomposition.
I found a key. I found an anonymous note. We have finally finished excavating the monolith that was silently waiting for a soul to see it again. Situated within the circular building we reached with the link elevator. That magnificent piece of carving was buried halfway down under a mound of debris, and most probably could have been written in the earliest pages of history. I cannot describe exactly my feelings for the first time when I stood aghast, contemplating that gigantic stonework inside of those time-worn halls of silence. Only God knows how many ages have passed since its initial carving. Just thinking about its age sends shivers down my spine. What civilization could have constructed such grandeur, now waving a forlorn goodbye without giving away the secrets of its masters? Furthermore, even though most of them are damaged beyond repair, we spotted some symbols resembling the rock art of the Sahara Desert in southeast Algeria. We don't have any strong evidence to suggest anything, but Cornel Blake clings mostly to the continental drift theory. In any case, we do not have enough data on its age, but it's evident that history needs to be rewritten yet again.
Who is this? It's impossible to determine with so much decomposition.
So we have a key. I'm not sure what the key goes to. It could be to one of the rooms upstairs. It could be for this. It's for this.
believe no more can we harbor ourselves on the safest shores, for there are things that cannot be undone. I think you should retire to your room. I'm going to think a bit more.
No flashlight here. I assume there's obviously going to be no notes because we're in some sort of flashback. Very interesting art choices. My, oh my, this is like something out of Layers of Fear.
Locked.
Probably don't want to go in there, to be honest.
It's locked.
That's open.
Locked. Locked.
So that was a memory of somebody? Antarctica, a scientific historical timeline of the unoccupied continent, 1892. Found Dr. Barlow's note on the mixture. Diverse, the legendary drink of the oldest myths. I heard about that elusive mixture decades ago when I was writing my thesis on Salvia dinivorum, also known as the sage of the diviners, an ethiogenous plant used in mostly religious or shamanic ceremonies. For centuries, no one could gather any information about it other than its legendary, mystical psychoactive properties. In some sources, it was a drink of the gods, while in others, a key for opening gates to places that lie beyond the conventional human senses, the sole bridge to be passed in order to leave bodily restrictions of the flesh. Most scholars would kill even for a hint about one of its lost ingredients. That's something I was on the lookout for throughout my career. A new formula is forming in my mind. I feel like there is a chance for me to produce, if not the original, then a variant of the legendary mixture. Diverse, with their new clues, have uncovered during my work here. First Conarium event and a brief visit to the past. I'm at a complete loss for words. Simple remarks are insufficient to express my feelings right now. Was it a premonition or a vision? How should I interpret all of this? I don't know exactly. Suddenly I found myself drifting into a familiar room, a room that was long buried in my graveyard of memories, scribed on epitaphs of things past. Pronunciation of the Zeces. Whatever that could possibly mean, I don't know. The ruins. South Polar Chart. I think we've seen all there is to see in this room, so... I think we've seen all there is to see in this room. The key's gone, so
that only fitted that particular door, which gave us access to the first memory. Okay, that's just opening that door. We listened to the phonograph recording. Got some pictures and things here. New camp established. Yeah, we've looked at all that. Biology lab. So, there's only one other location down here that we can go to. Floor elevator, link elevator.
Right. I don't know if you can hear me, but I am trying. Searching is the only way.
Hey! Hey, can you hear me? Damn it! Who was he?
Oh, indeed. The latest conversation has been added to your journal. What does it say? First contact. Due to intense interference, unfortunately I couldn't understand the content of the relayed messages. I better be on the lookout for any possible incoming transmissions. Also, I can't be certain, but there's a good chance of finding someone in the lower sections of the base. Frank, I don't know if you can hear me, but you must. I am trying to keep searching. This is the only way. Hey, can you hear me? Tower, cavern entrance, base. Link elevator has been set up. It can now reach both the tower and bottom levels below the base. Camp equipment and parts for the portable submarines are being transported to the first campsite. Tower, base, cavern entrance. Up, down. This elevator would take us up. I don't think there'll be anything new up here, but I did notice that elevator seems to be missing a handle. Which is why I came here to see if I could collect this handle and move it. But I guess not. That is not something we're going to be able to do. Anyway, let's move on. There must be either another one somewhere or something else. I still really have no idea what's going on here. Something about they've discovered some old ruins beneath Antarctica and bad things have started happening to people and kind of messing with things you probably
Looks
shouldn't.
like I need something to get this elevator to work.
Okay. Oh, damn it. Alright, let's just skip the animation because we don't need to do that now. So we've got to find a handle somewhere that will hopefully work with what we have. What's that noise?
this? Temple, flooded caves, base. Provisional camp equipment was deployed to the underground caverns below the base without any problem. Submarines also work great. They are fast and maneuverable beyond my predictions. We've started exploring some parts of the underwater passages, but it is slow going. Yeah, so they're an archaeological team, basically. Excavating this old ruin. I found a lever. Okay, he's still in there. Let me, close that. Just... It never hurts to be prepared. So now we have the link elevator lever ready to go, yeah. Before we leave, is there anything else? This area is smaller, so there's less likely to be things here. I think we've pretty much got everything. So we can go up or down. I'm gonna go up first and go to the tower, I think. Managed to run the link elevator. Okay, this was not what I was expecting. You found an ornamental metallic object.
This is amazing. Most of the ground-level structures have been crumbled and rounded from untold eons of savage storms, and thus weathered into shapeless ruins. However, both the ground level and the cavern systems below are clearly displayed in these bas-reliefs. The most striking features depicted in this grand panorama, I believe, are the tall, occasional towering spires, which somehow resemble a lighthouse. They all seem like focusing a light beam towards a colossal structure in the center. Could there be some sort of religious meaning behind this? Or simply something that has a more practical use? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what this is, but it hums, which is interesting.
This is Frank Gilman from the Upward Antarctic Expedition. Over. Can anyone please answer me, for God's sake?
Huh. No, I don't think so. There's very little here. I thought there was going to be more. Maybe what we have to do is come back here later and interact with the big sphere there. that hums, maybe when we have a specific tool or something. Because there's no notes here. There was just that memory. This is what we've already read before. Let's continue going down. See what's at the bottom here. There are lots of gateways leading to dark and damp corridors.
This is Frank Gilman. Can anybody hear me? Over. It's no use.
An axe. You found a camping axe. You found a note about dangerous plants. There is some strange vegetation filling most of the hallways. As amazing as it is deadly, there is a hidden world right beneath the upper ward base. And even though I was prepared to find such a place, it was way different than imagining alone. We tried to cut our way through, but the plant reacted with a highly poisonous gas, seemingly coming from its glowing buds. I issued a warning to stop anyone going near any of these plants they came across in the cavern. I also noticed a strange phenomenon after I spent some time examining a sample from the plant. It occurred to me that individual vines grow and shrink in length on demand. It also seems as though it can move, even though there are no air currents. This movement seems too regular to be caused by natural factors. This may sound strange, but I have the notion that it is conscious, at least on some level.
Hey! Anyone here? Dr. James? Dr. Morgan? Anybody?
So don't go near the plants.
Where are they, for God's sake?
Don't go near the plants, good. This is some sort of puzzle. There's some of those plants, I think. Maybe shining light gets rid of the plants. Maybe it burns them away. To there. Yep. Thought as much. And that's what that key we found in the tower section was for. No reason to go down there. Can't see anything else around here. No other notes. No other bits and pieces. There's very little down here, to be honest. This is the lower level. That's the path we came in. Let's take a look at this statue. It's a statue of a bird. Or a bird head with human anatomy. Oh, its head's down here now, in the vision.
What was that I've just seen?
Alrighty, Fit. What is this that they've excavated? What are these? I found 5 pieces of stone with different glyphs on them. Huh. Okay. Maybe that'll be used to solve a puzzle later.
If I am not mistaken, this relief depicts that the overgrown floor we came across at the various points in the cavern can be cleared away with an iridescent device, a tool or a talisman. Curiously, we still haven't been able to find the roots of those plants. They seem to seep out of these caverns by passing through crevices which look as if intentionally made for them. What other secrets might these silent halls conceal from us? Continue exploration through this gateway. Other expedition parties can commence when ready.
some went through then. Oh my. There's definitely forces here we shouldn't be messing with. Is gonna be anything in any other ones of these? The fact they're all missing kind of concerns me.
The same set of symbols we've seen in strangely carved niches all around here matches with what is written in the oldest parchment. I believe uncertainly that they represent a destination towards somewhere significant.
I think we've searched everything here. There's probably a puzzle up there, is what I'm guessing, but we haven't really completed searching this area yet for possible information. This is used for this. Huh, maybe not then. If there's a puzzle there designed to open that. I've copied down the glyphs. I've seen a vision near the rock tablet in a place that looked somewhat like an ancient burial ground. There was a diagram consisting of several glyphs carved on the rock's polished surface, and one glyph in particular was mentioned by the silhouette that appeared in the vision. I've copied down the diagram and marked that glyph. Probably what that's about is making that match the pattern that's over there. If I was going to guess, that is going to be what we're aiming for. I think. Maybe that does something and opens the path further forward. Possibly. I found Dr. Blake's notes. 1. What insane discoveries we've made in a short period of time. Even Professor William Dyer's shocking revelations were not enough to prepare us for this, for seeing is really believing. But those discoveries have also caused uproar amongst crew members, whose assumptions indicate that the fate of this expedition will end in ruin. Some serious mental disorders are the prime focus right now. As a temporary solution, we have prohibited this area to the rest of the members, for it seems most of us are not ready to comprehend such a thing. After surveying the flooded halls ahead with our basic diving equipment, it was concluded that it would be better to divide the exploration team into 2 or more to carry out the exploration more effectively. According to the latest plan, we will send 1 or 2 teams with submarines to see if a route exists for us to continue into the depths of the submerged tunnels, and the rest will explore on land. Dr. Morgan Blake. Submarines, eh? Submarines. I found that note in a cardboard box, which does make me wonder if there is additional notes elsewhere in cardboard boxes that I happen to have missed. So I thought we'd take a moment here and backtrack a little bit before we complete that puzzle and quite possibly move on to what is going to be the next area. I'm surprised there was no notes at the foot of this statue, because it seems fairly significant. But there's nothing about it, so... Do we think there's more? I'm not sure if there is or not. Yeah, we should investigate areas back a bit before progressing much further. Somewhat humanoid in form, these sculptures initially reminded us of the terracotta army sculptures carved as a funerary art buried with the first emperor of China to protect him in the afterlife. But judging by the writings on some of the bas-reliefs, we now believe that these wooden puppets or golems were used to carry out some tasks for their masters, just like the Egyptian Ushabitu funerary figurines, which are servants of their owner in the hereafter. We saw golems in several sizes, and it was terrifying to see the huge one sitting in silence on the carved and polished rock stools as if waiting for a command. There were lots of gateways leading to dark and damp corridors that were mostly carved in ages past. Some of them were covered by strange ivy-like plants swaying back and forth despite there being no external force to move them. They seemed to come from the levels below, creeping through crevices in the rock walls. To stop probable superstitious gossip amongst the crew, Dr. Barlow, our botany expert, personally started to examine them. The first submarine explorations revealed what was lying in the underwater caves. The most striking feature were the structures with openings in them, like doors and windows. They made us wonder whether those caverns had been carved underwater, or if they had been submerged at a later date and thus had become redundant to those who had carved them. You have obtained a trophy item. You really got to check all this stuff. So easy to miss something. Notes and things. You know, you can even look at it, and sometimes you might just miss the prompt to actually pick something up. So Expedition Handbook. Really not sure there's much need for us to head back to the surface, to be honest. All these papers spilled on the floor here, yet nothing to read. Huh. Okay. We'll double check the tower area again as well. But I think generally if there was going to be... Oh, there's a note in there. I found a note about the mental states of the expedition party. Nobody's how they used to be. It's not hard to see that something has gone. Arguments flare in nearly every conversation. Suspicions arise, and one looks attentively to another with scheming eyes. Last night, Dr. Blake mumbled about the aeons-old solitude of the burial ground we've discovered down below, and how glorious it would be to sleep inside one of the wet, moss-covered ancient tombs. Madness is walking amongst us and whispering in our ears the things we want to hear the most. Are we really abandoned and lost here, on these unholy alien grounds? What are we becoming? It's all because of these fiendish devices we're carrying on our arms. Stuff is really, really selectively hidden, isn't it? I mean, I'm really starting to think I've probably missed a bunch of stuff now. You know, you've really got to search like every little nook possible to find things. As much as is possible.
Pretty sure we don't need to do anything prior to this, though. I think I am going to go back up to the tower section, though, see if there's anything else up there. Anywhere that there's kind of spilt notes on the floor, it's well worth checking out to see if there is anything. Anything there. I don't think every pile of notes has something, but some do. Huh. Hack the cardboard box up with the axe. Yeah, let's head up, see if there was anything we missed up there.
So this is the strong light that can be seen from ground level. So this is the strong light that can be seen from ground level.
Yeah, I'm fairly confident we didn't miss anything here. There's nowhere for any notes to really be, so... I think we've got everything here as well. I'm gonna go back down again now. Found a couple extra notes, and we'll take another look around here again. See if there's anything we have happened to miss. So, blocked up in this path.
don't see anything here.
This stonework seems weak.
You have found a secret. A metallic flower-like object with a pine cone-shaped design at its center. The pine cone is often used as a symbol for the third eye and pineal gland. You have obtained a trophy item. I already have an axe, I don't need another one. This really does make you wonder, is there ruins out there that we have not discovered yet, that we do not understand? It's hard to say. I didn't do anything. Okay. We're gonna have to make this match what we have in the journal, I imagine. We gotta rotate this. I think that one goes there. And then there's like a sun, which goes in the bottom left. And then 3 go in the top.
3 dots filled in on the left, 4 lines on the right, vertical. Oops. That goes on the right. This goes in the top, this goes in here. Now this opens this.
For a moment, I thought my reflection in the mirror was about to talk to me. For a moment, I thought I saw a light on my brow. I felt a strange crawling sensation in my wrists when I touched this black mirrored surface, and I thought I saw a light glowing on my forehead.
Spoopy.
Frank, can you hear me?
Oh, thank God. Yes, I can hear you.
Finally. It seems the effect of the mixture starts to wear off. Frank, heed me carefully. Time is running out, so I must be brief. Where exactly are you?
Dr. Faust, is that you? I'm inside the caves below the base. Where are you?
Listen, I cannot talk much. I know that you are having trouble remembering, but you must keep going. Use one of the submarines and follow the light.
Do you hear me? Come on, please. Where are you? Damn it! The connection is lost. He said I have to keep going. Why? Where are they?
The small version of the gigantic statue I saw before. It is beautifully carved out of metal I can't identify. Additionally, it looks like it was made true to the minute details of the bigger one. You have obtained a trophy item. I found a note. It is possible to assume that due to volcanic activities in the Earth's crust, the climate here is humid and temperate, but we don't know exactly whether this is the case.
That theory somehow explains the nature of those small scattered fragments of obsidian along with that cryptic stone wall that welcomes you when entering via the round gate. As men of science, we cannot fully grasp the phenomena that is happening around us. No apparent sign has been left behind, indicating the true motives of the carvers of these inconceivably old caverns. I am sure that this place holds something strange. Grasping the soil here firmly in both hands gives me a rudimentary sensation I cannot translate into words. Something I'm sure no other mortal man has hitherto perceived. Found a note. Were those maze-like tunnels flooded at some point in time, or were they carved underwater? This was the main topic of debate at last night's meeting, and what Dr. Faust hinted at on various occasions, cited from a dark, leather-bound book that was too frightening, at least for the ones who could understand the underlying links. The megalithic statues, ornate standing stones, and the flat areas of polished rock we could see at some points made us think that this place could be a religious temple complex of some sort. We cannot imagine what it looked like in its former days, for now it lies in ruins, bare and without any sign of underwater fauna or flora. Welcome back, Fit. Got another note here. Dr. Blake's notes too. We finished tweaking the submarines one last time, and again they are ready for the next uncertain voyage ahead. This time, we will also mark the way with light sources to make it easier for later expeditions. In a short while, all members of the primary underwater exploration party, led by Dr. James Barlow, will head for the next destination, which appears to be towards the mythical entrance to the legendary Netherworld. But again, I wonder whether we are looking for something that is not to be found. After all I've experienced, read and studied here, after all those sleepless nights spent discussing the laws of nature and how to bend them, what lies beyond and how to reach a certain state, to see more without eyes, even I cannot help think, but this journey may easily lead straight to hell, but we have to go through it all in search of answers. Dr. Morgan Blake. So we've got to board the submarine soon. Uh-oh. I'm stuck. There we go. Crouching freed me. Okay. Stuck again there. There doesn't appear to be much more here. There's the submarines. Or the one submarine that we can board. Would you like to get on the submarine? I assume this is a point of no return, so if you click this, yes, you won't be able to go back. So, we're committing here. Deep dive, get on the submarine. Waves keep on washing over me. Swim out, climb into the ocean. Cool are the currents of the sea. Okay. Look around. Dolphin, highly removable, compact exploration submarines. Schematics, follow the lights, a drawing, blueprints of the submarine. Control room, watertight entrance, pilot controlled searchlight, front protector, upward thruster, downward thruster, hydrophone, auxiliary propeller, diesel engine, main propeller and rudder. Control room panel, blueprint drawing of the dashboard, compressor, pressure gauge, engine pressure gauge, salt water depth to keel gauge, speed gauge, engine telegraph gauge, leakage warning lamp, overheating warning lamp, engine power warning lamp. Look around. Move forwards, backwards, steer left, right. So I've got to follow the lights. Trouble is, I don't actually see any lights. I'm just kind of, I'm going here. I'm going slow too. I'm gonna have to descend here soon and go down here. I'm following the lights for now. And that's a light over there. Yes, it is. I think we're gonna have to go over this. It's hard to tell. Could we go over that? I don't think so. Maybe if we go slow, we might be able to just squeeze in through here. Possibly. I kinda doubt it. Nah, there's no way we're gonna be able to pass that. I don't think. The manual doesn't tell you what to do in the event of a rock fall. Maybe we look for an alternative entrance.
But that's where the light's pointing for us to go, so I'm not sure. So I'm not really sure how big the sub is. But it really doesn't look like I'll be able to fit through a gap that narrow. Never mind, I guess you can. Smaller than I thought. We need to ascend a bit now. What was that all about? I see another light straight ahead. Two lights, in fact. This looks like a doorway. I think we're clear of that pillar behind us now. I can go above this. Which is what I intend to do. Now we've hit a door. Is this door gonna open as I get close to it?
I'm guessing no. I don't really know what else to do, though. There's like nowhere else to go. Like this is it. This is what it's been leading me to. I don't want to bump into it though. But maybe you have to. Guess we'll just find out what happens here if I go close enough to it. Literally nothing happens to it. I could try ramming it, but that's probably not a good idea. Maybe through here? Or is this back the way we came? This is definitely not the way we came. Oh my. Okay, so there's a giant sea creature that just went and swam through there. That's not good. Okay. Makes me nervous. Okay. Okay, dude.
Well, maybe that was intentional. The other rooms are open now. There's the head. Maybe that was an intentional death. I'm not sure. Lots of papers around. Hidden plans of great antiquity. That might have been intentional. All these notes and not one of them to pick up? That is surprising.
Locked. Locked. It's stuck.
The king in yellow. Phonograph cylinder. Liber Ivonis. You found a note written by Dr. Faust. Okay, yeah, that was definitely intentional, I'm pretty sure. The power of this place, I believe, is too strong for the mind and the body. At the least, it disorientates the feelings, bodily functions, and even more so the powers of judgment. Nevertheless, I didn't expect or even prepare for what happened during the session we held 2 days ago. Frank was not able to rise from the deep. Still, what strikes me the most is his contorted look and his speech when he came back to life. It was only subtle, but I was able to detect it. Doubtlessly, a revulsion of feeling was apparent in his countenance. There was something unnatural, something bizarre behind his marbled eyes. It seemed that he saw the deepest time frame we had been searching for a long time. I cannot be so sure about that, for his consciousness may have been hindering the flow of communication, but it is still highly possible his speech, even though it was almost indiscernible, seemed awkward and foreign. The pronunciation was barbarously alien, and his dictation had a curiously stilted quality. Beyond any doubt, the speaker was not Frank. I tried to speak to him, but he seemed unaware of me, kept looking at a certain point on the wall in the front. What I discerned from his speech was a long-dead language that only a few know today, myself included. Diseases. So I was the sole person who understood what he had said, and I will keep it that way until everything is settled. The past 2 nights, Frank has woken up screaming, covered in a cold sweat, unable to remember the contents of his dreams. The thing that caused him to scream intensely enough to render Mr. Barlow speechless. I will consult PK about this event as soon as possible. Take care, E. Warren Ross. You've obtained a trophy item.
2 days ago, Frank most probably could have reached the intended time period. Among all the Conarianauts, he is the most, how should I say it, gifted. But unfortunately, his heart ceased beating all of a sudden. This was most unfortunate, because when he came back, he doesn't remember anything specific. I believe there is no other way than increasing the intake dosage of the mixture. Very dangerous, but this seems the only way to raise the time limit and awareness in the sessions.
journal has been updated. Okay.
Where am I? How did I get here? When?
To other expedition parties, is there anyone who can read me? One person is dead, and 2 others have been injured by the partial ice cave collapse. There is something here with us. Do not come through our expedition route. I repeat, do not come through our expedition route.
Yes, I read you. This is Frank. For God's sake, what happened? And please, tell me where I can find you.
Frank, do not stray from your path. We have come across something terrible. Do not come here through our expedition route, no matter what happens. It looks like this fiendish netherworld depends on some kind of energy. An energy that is stored in curious stoneworks similar to an obelisk with crystals on top. And they are able to clear away some of the strange plants.
Dr. Faust? Dr. Faust? Oh, come on, not again! This is nonsense. I cannot understand what is going on. Dr. Faust, do you read me? Over. It's no use.
Well, that looks haunting. Looks like we have a puzzle of some sort.
Looks like something's missing here.
Hmm. It's one of those symbols we saw before. Hmm. So we're missing an item of some kind. And I can't figure out just at the moment how you get that item. Oh, this looks like something over here.
Looks like something's missing here.
Hmm. There's a path blocked off over there as well. That looks like something.
This stonework seems weak.
You have found a secret. An ornamental object with a metallic part engraved within a sandstone rock, depicting an elder thing figure in the center. You have found a trophy item. Okay, but that doesn't give me the thing I need. Oh, this is somewhere new.
As I predicted, a race, reptilian in physiology, lived inside these ruins after the original builders. The Elder Things left the area after some unknown cataclysmic event, now lost in an archaic and lost chapter of Earth's history. This relief depicts some reptilian creatures treating an Elder Thing with reverence. And the other relief with 4 tall figures, I believe symbolizes empty vessels. Golems. We've seen the same vessel figures depicted as assuming different roles several times in most of the murals or reliefs we've come across so far.
I can't move it. The ice on the track is obstructing the movement. I can't budge it. High enough for me to see a wide vista before me, but the snowstorm is completely covering the view.
So now we've put this back together. That's surely it for this, right? I don't think we can interact with this anymore. So maybe something's changed in the main cave now. Oh, that light is on now and has opened a path for us down here.
which gives us access to that. I found an ornamental object. Which can probably be used to clear the plants away.
The crystal I have doesn't fit here.
Must be the other one then. We must need to use the crystal we have to get one we don't have. I think. That's my theory. Could be wrong, but I think that's what we need. Yeah, that fits. That pulls the plants back. Lizard people.
The same set of symbols we've seen in strangely carved niches all around here matches with what is written in the oldest parchment. I believe uncertainly that they represent a destination towards somewhere significant.
So there's some other puzzle here. What about this? What does this lead to?
This stonework seems weak.
Feathered mask I took from the head of one of the skeletons sitting silently in their eternal resting places. Signs of color that could be seen on the now solidified feathers make me think how flamboyant it might once have been. Obtained a trophy item.
From some of the bas-reliefs explored in the seemingly oldest structure, which had been weathered into shapeless ruins ages ago, we learned that these reptilian creatures were the inhabitants of this eon-dead city. But while some of them were enshrouded in special coffins, these are standing still, glued to their vertical rock coffins with an awful-looking ooze. Curiously, they were firmly placed in the niches on some of the walls.
These ivy-like plants are blocking the way.
no idea how this works.
The symbol on this stone is illegible. I don't remember this symbol. The symbol on this stone is illegible.
Oh, have I got to match the symbols to the one in the book? Let's see. Be in the drawings. 5 glyphs.
This symbol is exactly the same with the one I saw in the vision about repetition of specific symbols within the caverns below the base.
You found a reddish crystal stone. I wonder what the reddish crystal stone could be used for. Maybe it's used on that symbol? That's what I'm thinking it's used for. Through here. Let's take a look. Yep. Sure enough. So this is going to change this back to being in the upright position again. Noted down the sign. I tried placing the reddish crystal into the still clean tip of an odd metallic device and it fitted perfectly. As I rotated the device to its original position using the control handle, a glyph was projected onto the wall. We need to get this glyph from the stones. I'm guessing. So it's like a Z with 2 lines. I mean, we've drawn it, so we can double check when we get back there, but I'm pretty sure that's what we need. So we need another one of those stones. What was that? Oh, jeez.
Oh God, what was that all about? A vision, perhaps? Oh, I think somehow it has something to do with the intense headaches. Oh. Blood? These ivy-like plants are blocking the way.
Creepy. I actually wanted to come over here for the stone, but I ended up going over there instead. Alright, let's see if we can find this symbol then. It's not on there. I don't see anything that matches that symbol. Let's have a look at the notebook again. So yeah, it's like a Z shape with two lines around it. Is there an empty one that looks like that? It's not even giving me the option to interact with any of these stones anymore. So maybe we're kind of done with the stones now? Because there's not even an option for it. Let's go back here and maybe we've got to do something in this room. No, it doesn't appear that there's anything up here that we need to interact with. I don't have any items. This is where I started from, I think. Yeah, I can't see as there being anything back here I would need to access, really. Nah, there's nothing back here. Can't take this back. I wonder what it could mean, though, to take that back. You think I can take it back and then get through the hallway? Maybe? In time? Maybe that's what you have to do. Can't see it really being useful anywhere else. What does it mean? Aha. What if that like charges it up? Then you can use it to clear plants out of the way. Ah, this must be... You got to draw that rune that we saw before. Oof. Okay. Well, let's start with that. Oh, okay, you have to do it in one go. Okay. That, and then that. No. That is correct, though. Or is it not? Not quite. I've not found the right dot yet for this rune, have I? The middle one. It's a really... It's like this to that. Sort of. To that? No, that's not right. Oh, I thought that would have been it. Maybe you gotta be maybe you gotta be quick. I don't know. It's not this one, is it? No, I don't think so. I think it's this, then this, or maybe not. So this, that, no. What's wrong with the line here that I'm doing in the bottom then? That seems right to me. I don't know. Does it all have to be drawn without letting go? Surely not, right? Oh. Oh, okay. Why is it pointed towards that now? I'm confused how this puzzle actually works. I'm confused as to how this puzzle actually works, because I thought you just draw a line, but there's an option for selecting one here. But if I press up, I get that. If I press down, I get this. If I press left, I get that. Maybe I have to start from a specific one. I still feel like drawing it would be easier. I don't know. And it, I mean, it just accepted it that time. Solve the symbol drawing puzzle at the first try. Okay, I mean, I didn't, but okay. Thanks for the achievement for that, I guess. Oh, looks like we're going down now, huh? That was, yeah, I mean, I knew what I had to do. It was just actually getting it to accept it. Reach the connection holes.
And I do think that will be where I leave things for today. Connection holes. How many save slots does this have? 36? Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be where we leave things for now. It's interesting, but I have absolutely no idea still really what's going on. I'm not sure I'm going to know what's going on even at the end of this, but we'll have to see, I guess. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, that was good. That was good. We will continue on with Conarium tomorrow, probably. And maybe finish it. I don't think it's a super long game, so... But we shall see. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will catch up with you again next time.